Hi everyone, Deb here. I am here to bring you the page for the Bold and Easy large print coloring book. This is a collab hosted by Jamie's Life, which is Jamie's underline life underline 101, and co-hosted by Crafting with Pat and More. And the hashtag is Coloring Party with Friends 2024. Jamie has told me they will continue into 2025, so I will be doing my best to participate. I don't know if I can do it every week, but I'll try. Anyway, last week we did donuts, which was this. And this week we did mushrooms. Now, before I show you, I'm going to tell you that I am doing a double hashtag this week because there is a person called Amanda Colors, Colours. She's in, I believe, Australia. Um, and she has several hashtags in December, and I am going to be doing the hashtag AC Palette Challenge, which is using this color card number 182. So for my mushroom page, I used these colors and I used only Prismacolor pencils. So for the, um, this is supposed to be sage. Well, I have this color called um, pale sage, I think. I can't read it. Sage pale, yeah. And then I also pulled out, because on the back you're allowed to do darker and lighter. Well, I didn't mix with black, but I pulled out Prussian green. These are all Prismacolor Premier colored pencils, which aren't my favorite, by the way, but they worked okay. And then the next one is Apricot, and I pulled out three shades. This being the darker one, this being the middle one, which is actually, I think, a beige, and then this one for, which is light peach. This is peach. Because I didn't have, well, I had an Arteza one called Apricot, but it was very bright and much darker than that, and I didn't think that really went with this. So I did use these three. You can see I used these two the most, but I did use some of this as well. And then for the brown chocolate, we were also allowed to bring out black and white. I ended up not using either of those because this is the color, this is them mixed with white, this is them mixed with black. So for the chocolate, I actually had one called chocolate, and then I brought in, oh, actually that's what I did. I brought in the beige as my lighter chocolate, but I ended up using it with the quote-unquote apricot. And then we had the blue gray, and I actually had one called blue slate, and I brought in with that one powder blue for the light, which is a little lighter than that, but that's okay. I only brought in, except for the grays, I only brought in two of each shade. So the greens, the apricot, which is peach and light peach, I think, um, chocolate and beige, the blue gray, blue, what did I say? Blue slate and powder blue. And then for the charcoal, I brought in, I didn't have the right shades of gray. This was the closest, but it was the darker of them all. So this is actually slate gray. Um, and then these are, which one is this? Oh, I'm missing. Did I miss? Oh, I missed one. I'm sorry. I think for the blues, this was slate gray, and then I brought in, I do have three for that: blue slate, slate gray, blue slate, and powder blue. I did use three shades of blue, and then for the grays, I used 50% warm gray, 20% warm gray, and actually the 40% warm gray is lighter than the 20%, which I think maybe they got their labeling mixed up. I don't know. I thought that was weird. Unless that number should be 50 or something, but I don't know. It says 20. 50, 20, and 40. So, yeah, they're all warm grays. I thought maybe I got them mixed up with French grays, but no, they're all warm grays. So I used those. And let me show you what I did. Oops, that's not the right page. This is it. So I did a little swatchy thing, and I had this, I think was an Arteza one I scratched out. This one also I didn't use there. See, this there is an apricot, which I didn't use Arteza. Yeah, 50, 20, and 40. And I did end up using the blue slate. That's I crossed it off originally. And pale sage and Prussian green. So that's that. And here is my page. Let me move that and pick it up. So what I did is I worked on the greens first. I laid down a layer of the pale sage. One sec. Okay, so I laid down a layer of the light pale sage, and then the Prussian green was my highlight on those. And then I worked on the blue, which is both blues, two of the blues. The darkest one, which is I think it was these two actually, slate gray and blue slate. If anybody wants the numbers of these pencils, let me know. And then I worked on the mushroom. Well, I did this mushroom in its entirety first. I worked on this and I used the beige and then went over it with a little bit of the light peach. Down here, same here, but I also added in some of the chocolate brown, and at the bottom I added some of the regular peach. Yeah. And then in here, I did use chocolate and regular peach, and I just alternated, except this one wasn't the same number, so I just made this a little bit bigger uh, section there with the brown. And I went over those 2 or 3 times. I did put chocolate on the peach. I missed a little bit there on this side, so I might have to go back and fix that. But you can see, because, they're not all one color, right? Anyway, I have to get better about knowing how to do this top shading. I just didn't feel like it looked right, and I kept going over it, but these pencils are very waxy, and I was getting a lot of wax buildup and less color lay down. Anyway, this is a combination of the peach, the light peach, and the beige, which was to go with my brown. Now up here it's just chocolate brown and the peach. Um, so I did that, and then I did this one the same way, and and then the background is this is the darker gray. The what I say 40%. One sec. I can't even remember. uh, Maybe that's 30%. 30%. 30%. Then the medium one is 20%. That makes a little more sense. I thought it was 50. And then the latest one, though, is 40. See, it goes weird. Anyway, this is the darker one, this is the lighter one, and then this is the lightest one. And on the bottom part, I mixed in a little bit of the Prussian green as well as the chocolate brown. Not a whole lot of the chocolate, but some, just to make it look more earthy-ish. Originally, I was just going to use the grays, but I thought, well, it's sky, but we'll mix, because I hadn't used the grays at all yet, which is on the color card, the charcoal. So this one is the next one down in color, plus the, uh, what did I say, blue slate, the medium blue that I had. And then this one was the 40, maybe that's supposed to be a 10. All right, we're going to go with 10%, not 40%. The pencils aren't labeled real well. 10%, and then also the powder blue. And that's what I did. Now am I'm fairly new at colors and backgrounds. I have to get better or watch some more videos on how to go around the objects without it being so apparent and around the edges as well. But other than that, I think I did okay with it. Let me know what you think. I had fun with this one. I did do it in two sittings, not because I had to, just, well, except for schedule, not because I had to as far as coloring was concerned. In fact, I was kind of upset I didn't get it done in one sitting. But yeah, I swatched it out. I'll leave that in there. It's all Prismacolor Premier pencils because I now have them in one of these cases like I have my Crayolas in. But this is, it holds 200, but this is a mixture of Prismacolor and Arteza because Arteza are also wax-based, and so I put my two wax-based pencils together and I can just reach for them. And like I said, I almost used, this is Arteze and I believe this is called Apricot. Yeah, Apricot. But it's a much more vibrant color than what I wanted for this. So yeah, anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to go check out Jamie and Pat. Their channels, if it's not in the title, it'll be in the first line of the description box below. And everyone else that's participating, hashtag crafting party with friends. And also go check out Amanda Colors. It's Colour, but it's AC Color Palette Challenge, and it's number 182 that we're doing for December. So that's what I did. I think it came out great. As soon as I saw that, I thought, ooh, that would be perfect for the mushroom page. And I think I did okay with it. So let me know what you think. All right, guys, take care. Hugs, love, and peace.